Hey, it's your boy Gavin, back with another video. In my last video, I talked about what would I do if I had my last $1,000. How would I go about it buying products with Amazon? And I've been doing Amazon Australia for over a year now. When I first got into importing was over a decade ago. It was actually the first time I actually got out of my day job at the time. I was working in a factory, and then when I started getting into importing, first of all I started small with things like digital cameras and watches, and then I just got into all sorts of gadgets and stuff. But then I went big, started to go into like these pocket bikes, and I started going into container level. So, you know, when I was selling on eBay like over a decade ago, that was kind of, I knew the costs involved with you know, getting stuff from China to Australia. But when I started with Amazon, I didn't have the experience with how the system worked, and then how to actually factor those costs in to know my real costs. And that's why it's really, really important. Important to know your real costs with Amazon, because Amazon is like, you know, I'm talking about Amazon FBA, right, where they'll do everything for you. They'll pick, pack and ship the item to their customer, and basically you do nothing, okay? But there is obviously fees and associated with that, this type of business model, all right? So that's another, I guess, expense that you have to factor into your whole, I guess, costing of the item, because it, you know, not only have you got the cost of the item, the landing costs, the duties, then you've got to factor in the Amazon as well. So I've talked about this before. It's the rule of thirds, okay? Which is basically the easiest way to figure it out. So 1/3 of is basically the cost of the goods landed. We're talking about in Australia. This can apply as well to United States. Then you've got the Amazon fees. By the time you add all the Amazon fees, it's roughly about 30%. Amazon referral fees have gone down, but I always kind of make sure that I cover my bases, but it's around about 30%. And then you've got the last pie, which is roughly your profit, okay, before tax. So this is one of the mistakes that I made. So what I'm gonna do is, I wanna go through actual examples on products on Amazon right now that are live. And I wanna show you the breakdown. Let's do like 5 products. So then you better know, and like you better see like the real cost. What these people need to be buying this product for to be making XYZ product profit. And again, I've done several videos on this before. I always look at the very minimum, the rule of thirds. But if you can get 5x or you can get a 10x, even better. But always get the minimum of, you know, you split that pie into 3, okay? So once we do these evaluations on these products, you're going to have a very clear idea on what you need to buy the product for and landed, and what you need to sell it for. Because if they don't meet those parameters, don't do it. You're not going to make any money. So this earlier on when I first started with Amazon, because Amazon's a different beast to eBay. It's a different beast to having your own e-commerce website, right? Because every platform, every channel has their own challenges, pros and cons, and it's no different to Amazon. So let's get into the products. You can understand the real costs involved. Then you get a better perspective on what you need to do, how much capital you need to have to then get into this business and to better make some money with it. So let's get into my computer and let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're at the best sellers here, and I'm going to totally pick like 5 random products, and then you're going to know the real cost and what it takes, what you're going to have to buy these for, what you're going to have to land them for, what you're going to have to sell them for, just to make a profit. Now we're going to follow this guide here, okay? So we're going to do the 1/3 rule. If you can get 1/5, even better, or 5x, and even 10x is like even amazing. If you can find, like, if you can source it for the cost cheap enough and sell it at a high price, obviously you're going to make more profit. So I'll just choose any random categories. Let's try home improvement. Let's go kitchen and dining, pet supplies, fitness and outdoor, and let's go automotive. Okay. So we're in the best sellers for home improvement. We'll just scroll down. Let's just try to find a product here. Any product. Okay, this scale. Okay, smart body fat scale, $65.99. That means that these guys here would have to buy this at I want to guess. Okay, so they would buy this for approximately 10 USD. The shipping, I've just made basically half the price of the product, just to additional 50% of the product, just to cover my bases. So it's going to cost basically 15 USD landed. All right, and then I'm going to convert that to 21, so basically 21.75 Australian dollars landed. Then you got the Amazon fees, again we talked about that. It's going to be another basically another third of the price of the selling price. Okay, so we're going to sell this for 60, well we have to sell this for a minimum $65, or else we're not going to make our profit. So that's why I recommend you always follow the rule of thirds here. And then we're going to make a net profit of $28.50 Australian, which is roughly about 131% before tax. So that's at the very minimum. So if you want to source this, you have to buy this for 10 USD bare minimum. So let's go to the next one here. Like for checking the temperature when you cook food, or when you cook steaks or whatever. And they're selling this at $21.95. That means, we go back to the calculator here. Let's see. Again, that's another pretty good guess. I mean, I've done so many products, I just know off the bat how much they're going to cost. Okay, because when you do your research and you spend, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours a day on products, you just know straight away what you're going to have to source these for. And this is a good exercise for yourself as well. You'll start to pick up things you just know. That for me, to make this, to sell this product for $21.95, obviously you don't want to get the exact same product, you want to change it up a bit, but this person here, this seller, would have to be purchasing this exact product with the packaging, custom packaging and everything, so they have to be buying in bulk. They would have to pay $3.50 USD to sell it for this amount. They're my cost breakdown again, which I just discussed in the previous example. Okay, so that is the instant, what is it, the meat thermometer. Okay, so let's look at this one here, and it's the laser pointer. Okay, so they've got 2 laser pointers. It's $11.98, so basically $12. Well, if that's 22, this is going to have to be probably at least $1.50, probably $2. Yeah, $1.80, $1.85. That's about right. So basically, this one here, these laser pointers, for 2 of these, they're going to have to be paying $1.85 for 2. So you have to divide that by 2, which is what's that? No idea. 92 cents, 93 cents. So you have to buy these for 93 cents each to make this amount of profit, to make your $5.22 or $5.27, okay? Because there's 2 of them in that set, remember? Okay, so let's go to this example here. It's $13.90 or 14 bucks. So let's go back again to our calculator here. So we know that's $12, so it'd probably be $2.50 maybe. Yeah, probably $2.10. Yeah. Okay, so roughly you'd have to buy this set for $2. Let's have a look. $2.10 USD. It'll cost around about $1 in shipping. You'd have to buy a few of them because you can't just get $1 from shipping from overseas. So you'd have to buy these in bulk. The landed cost $3.15. After converted, $4.56. Amazon fees $4.56. The net profit will be $5.98, which is about 131%, and that's your selling price. So the Amazon fees is based off the selling price, so the higher the price that you sell, the higher the Amazon fees, because it's roughly about a third. So now we know that we're going to have to buy this whole complete set of 5 bands in the bag for $2.10 USD. Okay, and let's go to the last example. There's different amps as well. So let's just say 1,000 amps. It's $171.95, and for the 1,000 amp one, okay, 12 volt lithium jump start. But we have to find something very similar, with similar specs but different, if you know what I mean. You don't want to get the exact item. To get this item, you'd have to pay 1,000 amp one of around about 26 USD. Shipping would be about another 13 USD. Landed cost 39 USD. Then when you convert it, it's about 56, 55. Amazon's going to take their slice. You're going to make a net profit of about $74, which is nice net profit actually. If you can sell this item for $161, which is the 1,000 watt one. Alright guys, so now you know like the kind of like the real world costs, like so you know precisely your costs. And you know, well, I need to buy this item for this amount of money, and if I'm going to sell it for this, I'm going to make this amount of profit. And if it doesn't fall in those parameters, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go find other products that fall into that. And I think if you have this plan and you have this structure in place, which it took me a long time to figure this out, then you're going to be on your way to actually running a profitable Amazon business that is sustainable for the long term. Because don't forget, you're going to have to repurchase with the profits that you made, and you're going to need more money to then expand your product line. So you're either going to try to get that from the profits, or you're going to have to inject some more money. So that's why it's really critical to understand the numbers like I've just shown you in this video. So hope you got some value from this, and if you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we talk a lot about not just Amazon, we talk about everything. Making money online, entrepreneurship, digital lifestyle, cryptocurrencies, basically any type of vehicle that's going to allow you to become financially free. That's basically what the channel is about. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Catch you guys later.